Welcome back to part 2 of our March Supercell Clan War League series, where we're going to be showing you days 3 and 4 of Champions 2 in Turtle Gaming. Kicking off round 3, let's show off the attacks from top to bottom. So we'll start off with Tempest, who is going to be doing a Super Archer Blimp Lalo. So we're going to do a Warden Blimp here, and it's actually going to be into the sweeper, so you will notice that it is going to take 1 hit from it, but it doesn't matter because the way that it was placed, it gets bumped to the side and then it's out of range and it can make its way to the town hall where it was meant to be. So we do hit a tornado trap there, but it doesn't matter because they're going to get stuck up on that wall there and they're not going to move towards that zone, and they stay right where we need them to be. So we're getting all of that value. We're going to try and get everything in that little center console. So spell towers, monolith, scatter shots, town hall, and, you know, ideally, hopefully some more stuff, but unfortunately it didn't work out here and those spell towers did stay up. But as you can see, there is a very clear path made and there's not a lot of the base left, to be honest. So now we're going to lure the Hound over to the 9 o'clock corner with an Archer, and we're going to use the Archer Queen and an Electro Titan to get that down so that it's out of the way for the Lalo. Now that the Hound has been dealt with, we're going to start our Sui from about 7 o'clock, and we're just going to work our way through that high damage area and get that Eagle Artillery and enemy RC down. So it's honestly, the heroes are going to make pretty quick work of that because we have the Ice Golem in there. We're going to wall break that compartment open, and luckily the Ice Golem does freeze the enemy RC as well. Got down that Eagle Artillery in basically 1 shot, and now we have the RC going down and working our way at 6 o'clock to get that Multi-Inferno and Rage Tower so that we can finally start our Lalo. We're going to send in the Lalo from behind the Lava Hound and send in our second Lava Hound, which is going to go through and pick up another black mine there. So as you can see, there's really not a lot to defend against our swarm of balloons that we have left. We still have our RC with the ability Queen and her ability, which she's about to pop. And yeah, it's pretty much just point defenses, and it's going to be a lot of overkill. So this was a really clean example of Super Arch Lalo, and it kind of just shows how you can really gut that base and just clean up with the balloons. So for our next attack, let's see what we have up next. Nightmare is one of my OGs in Nest. He pretty much helped me build it in its early days when it was just a Crystal 1 clan. So yeah, he's been with us a really long time, been on with us for the whole journey, and it's been great watching him develop as a player. So he's gotten really good with Super Archer Titans. You're gonna see here, he comes in with a Warden Blimp, and he goes in just beside that monolith there so that he can really clear out all those key defenses. Again, with Super Arch Titans, you want to get out the monolith and ideally the town hall if you're investing the Warden. Otherwise, it's just too much of an investment and it can be hard for your Titans to live during the rest of the attack. So as you can see, we got good value on that blimp there. We're going to send in our Titans from the 6 o'clock corner and get down that Lava Hound, which is just going to incinerate from the Titans there. Going to get a Headhunter on that King to get it out of the way early. And as you can see, we have the P.E.K.K.A. on the other side to clear out that area because time can be an issue with Titans. So if you can clear out the opposite side if there's not a lot of defenses, and that's always a great opportunity to save time near the end. So there's not really going to be too much stopping these troops going through here. Puts a nice wall breaker in to get that Multi-Inferno, or hopefully there looks like they might be walking, but that's okay. The nice thing with these open bases is even if your troops walk a little bit, it doesn't really matter, because if you run out of wall breakers, they can pretty much just find a path inwards anyway, especially with a little bit of funneling. So as you can see, that is what's going to happen with this base here. The poison tower does go off with the queen, but she has ability, so she's making her way through that RC. Doesn't quite get the queen down, but that's okay because we have so many troops left, and the RC is still alive with her ability over in the 9 o'clock corner, making her way through those defenses there too. King ability goes down, and that's okay because, you know, we still have enough power to push through. Great, and the Titan just got down that last single Inferno, and let's speed that up because that is a clean finish. Another great attack from Nightmare. Good job. Okay, so who do we have up next? So our next three-star is from Rishi. So if you remember him from the last video, he was our Queen Charge Lalo expert, and as you can see, he is going to be doing it again here. Let's see if it is quite as stressful as the last one. Okay, so we're starting our queen charge from the 9 o'clock corner. We do have some skellies there. We're gonna drop the healers. We're gonna drop a balloon to check for any bombs for those healers and mines, of course. And we're gonna drop a rage just to power through those skellies so that we don't lose the queen too early there, so we can get through some of these defenses. So it looks like we have some witches in the CC, which is okay. We're gonna get through those rather quickly. The Scattershot's not doing too much damage. We have a baby drag on the left-hand side of the queen for a bit of a funnel, and we have the king with the warden and log launcher down near 6 o'clock to start working our way through that. So we have the log launcher, which is going through, it's getting that multi-inferno, it's working towards that single, and we did pop the warden ability inside the log launcher as well to keep it alive to get down those defenses sooner. So this was a really smart attack because a lot of defenses are going down just from that log launcher. We do trigger that poison tower early, which is nice, and the balloons come out towards that monolith. Unfortunately, they don't get it down, but we do have that Yeti helping out in that corner down there with some Yeti mites also going towards that monolith. So there we go. Yeah, and the Yeti mites get it down. So that is perfect. And we have the queen alive and making her way towards that town hall, and the balloons getting down that cannon there to help out the queen. So while the queen is working on that town hall, we are starting our Lalo from the 3 o'clock corner, and we do have the RC down there, so that can be a risk to the attack. So we are going to pop a freeze and a haste over that so that she doesn't down all the balloons before we have a chance to get down these defenses. So now we have the headhunters and the phoenix doing great work on those heroes there, and as you can see, there's really not a lot to defend this attack. Rishi managed to save the queen's ability throughout the whole thing, so we pretty much swagged that at the end, and that was a beautiful queen charge Lalo. Okay, and coming up next, it looks like we have Sushant, and I bet you it's going to be another Blizz Lalo. Let's see. And yes, it is. So let's see how he's going to approach this one. But it looks like we're going to get that cannon down with the balloons there. We're going to send in an unprotected blimp, no hound, just balloons, but he knows it's going to make it exactly where he needs to get that monolith and that multi-inferno. So gonna start the blizz, gonna get down all of that stuff, and then he's also hoping to get the RC there too, which he does, so that is perfect. Getting down one of the enemy heroes is really important too, because, you know, as we know, they can just destroy a pack of balloons in pretty much nothing. So he didn't need to get the town hall there, he just wanted to get that multi, wanted to get the RC, and you know what, it's okay. So we are gonna lure the hound pups over near 6 o'clock and drop a poison to get rid of those early, and then we're going to start our Sui near 6 o'clock and work our way towards the multi-inferno poison tower and all of that defenses there with the scattershot. So used a Valkyrie there, which is nice to work through some of those close together defenses, help clear some of the funnel. Gonna get down, oh yeah, and then the poison pops. Got some skellies coming out, but looks like we're gonna get a lot of value here from the Sui, which is awesome. So we got a freeze on the scatter shot as well as the Warden Tower as it was starting to lock onto the RC there, and we want to keep her alive to get down the scatter shot there. So we have the Lalo going into the town hall. The invisibility tower does go off, but that's okay because we do have the Warden ability and they're going to come in from behind and we're going to drop a freeze and it's all going to go down. So we do have the enemy queen there, but that's okay. She wasn't doing too much damage and they're just going to go right past her. Then we pretty much just have cleanup. So the RC is down, the owl helped out there, and it's, yeah, good triple. So we're at 88% already with just a mass amount of overkill. We have a whole swarm of balloons, and that was a beautiful blizz Lalo. Okay, so let's see who we have up next. And it looks like we have Choco up, hitting number 12 for our last triple of day 3. Choco is going in with a super arch blimp Titans attack, and we're gonna do a hound blimp just because there's not a lot of value near that town hall, so you don't really want to invest the warden unless you can get the monolith and everything with it. So it does pop a little early, but that's okay because you can pull everything forward with those clones. So the invisibility tower goes off early, which is great, so that, you know, it doesn't cause a 1-star, which if you've done this attack, you know that it happens. So we're getting some good value there. You see that the NATO went off. That was near the town hall there, and that goes down. We get that invisibility tower so it doesn't cause any issues later, and we actually get really good value down there. 22% from the blimp, the hound gets pulled, and then we're going to start the attack. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna start at about 4 o'clock with our ice golem, our titans, and, you know, all of our heroes there, and we're just gonna work through. So this is one of those nice things with some of these open bases. You didn't have to use a wall breaker early on to get through there, but do use one to go through and open up that compartment that has the monolith. And we're gonna use some headhunters to down that king along with the warden ability. So like I said at the beginning of the attack, when you save the Warden ability, it's usually because you need it to get through the monolith, just because it does so much damage to the Titans and your heroes that it can really just wreck the attack if your things get stuck on it. So used that to power through that section there, and it's looking really good. You have the king working towards that 12 o'clock tip, creating that funnel so that all the rest of the troops are staying in. The Titan there is stuck on a wall, as they do, but that's okay because we have so many of our heroes left. We still have the queen ability, just use the RC, which cleaned a lot, and we do have that baby dragon also helping clear some of those trash defenses. Okay, and yeah, we have that single Inferno. Let's see what's going to happen with that there. Will the RC be able to get it down? Might lock on, but we'll see. And she does. Oh, yeah, Diggy couldn't save her that time, but that's okay. And yeah, it's, as you can see, we just used the queen's ability and it is a easy triple. Those healers pretty much stayed alive the whole time because they were just hanging out at the top of the base with that Titan punching walls, but that's how she goes, but didn't need the healers anyway, so that was good. Okay, so coming into war number 4, starting from the top to the bottom, again, our first attack is from Tian Rishi, and again, we're going to see a Queen Charge Lalo. So for this attack, we're going to start near 1 o'clock, setting a funnel with some sneaky goblins to keep that queen near that scatter shot compartment. There is quite a bit of damage into that area, so we're just going to work our way through there, get down that enemy RC, scatter shot, and some of those defenses. As you can see there, it's quite a high damage area. The queen is taking some heavy heat, but we have some good rage placements here, and I am always so impressed by his restraint with these freezes and the rage, because oh my gosh, do you see how low that queen is getting? But we have a freeze dropped on that scatter shot and the RC, so that is going to help. We have another rage pumping up the queen, and she is back for business. So now this is where it's going to get a little bit intense, because we're going to have the clan castle come out shortly here, and we also have the sweeper pushing the healers away from the queen, so she is taking a bit more damage. We are going to drop a poison early on that lava hound and ice golem there to help out the queen in getting her down so that we don't lose her ability early. We are also going to start by the 3 o'clock corner and have the log launcher go in. It does get targeted by that single, but that's okay because the Yeti and the balloons are going to come out and take care of that, which is nice. And then we do also have the RC, the warden, and the king doing their thing in that corner, getting down that compartment with the scatter shot, the queen, some of those Teslas. So we're working our way through a lot of high damage points, and we still have that queen ability while she works towards the town hall. As you can see, we still have 20 balloons yet, haven't even started our Lalo, and we're already at 63% of the base. So another rage on the queen, a freeze on the town hall. We are saving the queen's ability yet again, and yeah, it's looking like it's gonna be a easy triple. So we send the lava hound through the base. There's no more air defenses for him to go to, so he just goes over to a archer tower there, and the balloons pretty much have free reign to go through. We still have 4 balloons left. We're just going to drop those at the top because why not? And that is overkill. Still have the queen's ability finished with a swag. So for our next attack, we have a one coming up from Yugi. So for this attack, we have another blizz Lalo. So let's see how he's going to approach. So it looks like we're coming in just at about 7 o'clock, a little off center, and we're going to come in just before that bomb tower there and land our blizz. So we drop our rage, we're working our way through, and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure if this worked out exactly as intended, but I guess we'll never know. It did work out in the end, so that's great, but did make the town hall invisible. I think the goal was to maybe get rid of some of those other defenses near the tip there, but it didn't quite work, but we still got decent value, got that multi-inferno, but let's see how we recover since there wasn't quite as much value as I think was initially intended. So we're going to come in with our Sui. We have a ice golem that bursts early to free some of those defenses to keep our heroes alive. That single is locking onto the queen, so a freeze is dropped early to keep her alive. And we do have the enemy king there, so let's drop some headhunters and another freeze on that single so that we keep her alive to get that town hall down. As you can see, the poison tower did drop. We have the phoenix helping down that town hall, and that single inferno is also going to make it down before the queen dies, which is awesome. Finally, we are going to drop the RC down there as well, just to clear out those final defenses at the tip, and then we're going to start our Lalo by sending in the lava hound and warden with some balloons just before the 9 o'clock corner. It does look like we have a lot of the base to go through, but it is a lot of just single point defenses. We don't have a lot of splash. We do have a rage tower, but it's not raging anything that's a threat to the Lalo because it is all just ground defenses. So none of that is a threat. This is an example of one of those bases that maybe looks a little bit more intimidating than it is, but the balloons can really just run through that whole base. You can just see there's a swarm and there's really nothing to stop them. There's so many pups and minions, and it looks like it's just going to be an overkill triple, and we didn't even get all that value at the start, so that is just crazy powerful. We'll get that sped up, and that was a great attack from Yugi. Go on to our next one. Let's see, go down the list here. And yeah, it looks like our next attack is from Saprio, who is also a new member of our TN Esports team. So you're going to be seeing a lot more of him on this channel as well. But it looks like he's going to be coming in with Zap Titans, which is our first from this war. So let's see how he approaches. We're coming in with a balloon on that wizard tower to test for any black mines or bombs before we drop our healers and begin our warden walk. We're doing a warden walk just at about 7 o'clock in order to clear those defenses and set a funnel for our titans later. We do drop the zap quakes just behind the town hall in order to get the monolith and that invisibility spell tower out of the way. Having an invisibility tower near the town hall when using a flame flinger on it is incredibly dangerous, because if there's nothing else there, as soon as the lava hits it from the flame flinger, it will go invisible and it will pull towards the town hall, and as soon as the invisibility is done, your flame flinger will be roasted. So getting that out with the zap quakes was crazy value, and you always want to drop the quakes first when there's a builder hut near it, otherwise your zaps won't get it down because the builder huts will have repaired it in time. So the warden cleared that path, got rid of any defenses that were going to cause problems for that flame flinger. So now it's just going to clear that multi-inferno and get the town hall down. So while it is just left to do its job at that corner, we are going to start the zap titans near 9 o'clock, and we have everything just going through. As you can see, there is quite a nice funnel for everything to just follow, and we have the king near the top of the base, and that is also to set the funnel and keep everything inside and moving through the way that we want it to. So the poison tower did go off, and we do have the CC coming out that had some headhunters for the hero. So did pop the warden ability just to protect, and dropped a rage there as well to blast them through that zone. So now we have the Phoenix coming out as the king did just go down. We have the RC to help out in that top corner. The eagle is down, and as you can see, the flame flinger is working on that town hall still. It looks like the flame flinger might die before the town hall goes down, but that is okay, because as you'll see, what comes out of the flame flinger will help finish it off if it needs it. The ability goes off and helps to get the scatter shot down. Oh, we got caught up on some skellies and getting ahead of myself here. Okay, yeah, so it goes down, and as you can see, the flame flinger opened, the balloons went and got whatever was left on that town hall, and the yetis are just clearing the extra trash down there, and the baby drag is getting that leftover storage and sweeper over in the corner along with the headhunter. Love when there's extra headhunters left over and they just start spitting at everything. It's one of my favorite things. So now that that is all done, that was a great attack. Good job, Suprio. That was a really clean example of Zap Titans. Now we're going to move on to our next one, which is from Forest, and we have some more super barbarian action. So you might remember this from last attack. Forest used this one before, and it is really strong. It is such a crazy attack, but we're landing the blimp near the monolith in order to get the town hall, the monolith, and whatever extra stuff we can. So when the town hall is near the clan castle, having an archer in one of the corners to lure that CC away early is really important, because if there's an electro titan or if there's a hound and it's just kind of hanging out in the range of your blimp, it can, for one, the Titan can roast your troops, and two, if there's a hound or anything else, your troops can just stand there and focus on those instead of the defenses that you intend to get down. So move those away early, and we got really good value, 26% from that blimp, and now we are just going to get these dragons from this CC down and begin working our way through the base. So the queen did walk the opposite direction. I'm not too sure if that was intentional, but it looks like it's going to work because there's not a lot to really go off. And we do have all of these super barbarians, which is awesome because they just work on distracting defenses and keeping what you need inside. So we have those ice golems that burst and froze that king, and we dropped some headhunters to get that down. And now we have the queen and the titan there working on that eagle artillery, while our other heroes work at that 3 o'clock corner getting down those defenses. So we have the enemy queen there, and she does get the king pops open the Phoenix ability, which is okay because now we have some extra damage there. That Rage Tower did get busted up at the top, but that's okay because we don't have a lot of our troops there yet, so it's not causing too much damage. We have lots of Super Barbarians left to keep things distracted and get rid of those leftover defenses, and still a Queen ability in our pocket. So as you can see, this is one of those attacks where you don't have a lot of troops left over at the end, but it is so strong, and it is such an intuitive attack because you can really control how things are going, and just you have a lot in your tool belt here with this attack, which makes it so fun. It's not like with Titans where you drop all of your troops and then you have to kind of just pray. You know what I mean? You get to be an active participant throughout the whole attack, which is really fun. And for our final 3-star of round number 4, we have, last but not least, my boy Nightmare. So let's see what he's doing now. So we have another Super Archer Blimp Titan. We're going to come in with a Warden Blimp from about 10 o'clock, and we're going to pretty much go end to end from that base. And you can see the position that he dropped it. He's really hoping to get some of those scatter shots, that monolith, and you know, a bunch of those other things, as well as the town hall. And he made sure to pop the blimp before that poison tower would open up, because there is a potential for there to be lots of giant bombs in that zone as well. So, you know, it's best to just avoid that. And as you can see, because of that placement as well, he could pull the archers forward a bit with those clones, and we are going to get all of that value. So this is a massive blimp. We're at 34%. Are we going to get more? Oh, are we getting more? I think we are. Oh yeah, so finish at 35%. That is a awesome blimp, and the Warden is still alive, but those headhunters are ominously running towards him right now. Yeah, he's gone. Bye. So while they're running towards the rest of our heroes here, we have them going at our queen, and oh, she's gonna lose her ability. Yep, here we go. Anyways, there's not a lot of the base left, so that's okay. Everything's just going to run through. We have that eagle down, those balloons putting in some work. We have the king locked on for the single inferno, but that is okay. And yeah, there's really nothing left. He drops the RC at the 12 o'clock corner to, you know, deal with the time problem, clean up those defenses. There's nothing there that she's going to get stuck on, no heroes or anything, so she can pretty much just walk through that whole zone and just clear everything, and then use the cleanup to get whatever's left. And you can see not a single Titan has died. There's still 4 Titans. We still have so many of our healers, and the king's little pet friend is doing his best there, helping those Titans get through the base. So this was a really good attack. It was really well planned and a perfect example of Super Archer Titans. Okay, so that wraps up Wars 3 and 4. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you found that helpful. I hope you saw some good attacks and maybe learned something new. I will be coming back to post Wars 5 and 6, as well as our War 7 grand finale, to see if we get that Champions 1 promo. I also wanted to give a special shout out to our awesome partners over at World Base Building. They provided us with our Clan War League bases this month, and they did so well for us. As you can see, we didn't get a lot of defensive triples, so if you're struggling defensively and you're looking for some new bases to check out, I highly recommend giving their Patreon a look, as they do have a package for everybody. And lastly, if you find yourself looking for a new home, or you just want to stay in touch, do be sure to stop by our Discord. The link is super easy. It's just discord.gg/turtleempire. We have a clan for everybody. We have 8 of them, ranging from Crystal 1 to Champions 1. So if you're looking for a place to hang out or a new home, do come by. I'd love to meet you. Thanks for watching. Ciao for now.